Sorry about that. I had to, I'm probably gonna upload both these parts. It wound up getting split. I've been a little bit precious about like editing and cutting and stuff like that. Come on, thing. Let's see if I can get this thing to line up. There we go. All right, let's try right hand. It seems to like right hand better. I'll just have to get used to talking with my left hand. And also get used to walking with the background. All right. It is technically built for like being held by a right hand. I just kind of wish it was being, I could like have all the stuff switch so I'm holding my left hand kind of. I'm right-handed, but I'm also like weirdly ambidextrous. Like not ambidextrous always. I'm just in certain things I prefer my left hand and certain things I prefer my right hand, and it's like very distinct. Like I won't do certain things with my right hand. It just doesn't feel right. And so it's like in the majority of cases, yeah, I'm right-handed, but not always. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier with the whole context thing. Context is so important, and it is kind of overlooked by a lot of people. And I know it's not like it's always everywhere, but it's also it's an invisible force that you have to keep in your head, or it's like out of sight, out of mind. You have to remember that context matters. Let's see. There we go. But what I came out here, I'm going to do some yard work in a second, so I'll get to that. But I don't have any specific goals with these things. I like the making of the videos. Like right now, I'm getting used to the whole idea of like walk and talk kind of vibes. Still like a work in progress kind of thing, where it's like, how do I use my background to my benefit kind of, idea. But also, it's part of the fun is this gimbal. Like Jessi's over there hanging out, but I can hear her or see her. Oh, she's right there across the parking lot from me. She keeps jumping at the wind because the trees are making noises that she's not used to, because as it warms up, the air starts to get more active, and then the wind starts to become more active, especially during the day. And so like obviously it gets windy at night too, but like these like gusts and like tumultuous moments, she's like, what is that? Oh no. And like, it's okay, buddy, it's just a tree, it's just a leaf. It's again like, yes, a dark forest can be scary, but so can a well lit forest, a jungle, a glade, a clearing. All of those can be like scary. Oh, sorry, 1 second. There we go. Come on, buddy. All right. This thing is silly sometimes. All right. I think the glasses help because it has a better time tracking my face with the distinct difference of the sunglasses. Because like it feels, I think this thing sees my beard as blending in with my neck or something like that, or like I don't, like my head is one giant thing, so my eyes, like the glasses help with the contrast. But it's like earlier I was watching Good Mythical Morning. I was watching the it was like a starburst thing where they were going, talking about different types of starburst and discussing which one is the better flavor, but they had a fun format to it. It was like kind of looked like a debate style stage, not debate, a campaign style stage, so that they kind of were like campaigning for their favorites. They had one side red, one side blue. Obviously, it seems like a cool and probably intentional, obviously not, you can't do that on accident, but very clearly intentional nod at political campaigns. And they had a expert a wild card and an everyman kind of person voting for the group. And all you had to go off of was what the two people up front were saying, and they were both very clear about how they were voting. Link was very clear about the sour green apple was his favorite for a long time, and he was very clear, I will go for this every time it shows up until he found a better candidate. He's not gonna, like, basically he was saying, my favorite oh, hi Jessi, my favorite's Jessi. Yeah, she's my favorite, but watch out, it's okay. But so they were talking about favorites. Let me take off this jacket because it is getting warm. Actually, sleeves. But let's say, so like basically they were showing how voting can happen, and how you can do, like, basically as long as you are voting with your heart and voting with your values and voting off of, if the people who are being voted for or the people who are campaigning are all in good faith, like Philip the Prince's podcast, or if they're just doing it to show face, like basically, like, are they genuinely for that thing, or are they saying it because it's good for their campaign? That is what we need to distinguish. And also, when they've if they've had a track record, like let's say with this Rhett and Link sour green apple, essentially what Link was saying is, I will vote for the one I like most, and he did every time. And Rhett never claimed what his favorite was, but when it came to it, he clearly identified he's a fan of Cherry Red, which is my favorite as well. But he was pretty kind of quiet, kind of like just voted in the moment, and it was very much authentically voting in the moment. And they got to the moment where they say pina colada, and he's like, "Oh, it tastes like pina colada." And he's like, "Why does it taste like pina colada?" I think it was Link. And it's like I was like reading the flavor, and it said pineapple. I'm like, that's why, because pineapple, pina colada. But obviously it's a joke. It's a whole scripted show. I'm hoping a lot of it feels very authentic, their show. It's very much a good bit of like scripting with like the intro outro portions, and a good bit of scripting to make the flow happen, but it's so much more improv than I think people give it credit. But they know when to make it scripted when a script helps. Like today with this idea they were going with this, like, hey, let's do a political commentary without it being a political commentary. Like, tell me how you feel. Oh, come on, you got this. Here we go. Tell me how you feel without telling me how you feel. It's show, don't tell. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. They showed how it works. If it's done in good faith. If you do it in good faith, if you don't manipulate the audience, if you don't manipulate the voters, if you don't buy off people, if you don't lie about what you like. Like, none of the 5 people who were part of this voting were lying at any point. And that is the point, is they each came into it with what seemed, and what later showed to be true, an authentic want to be their genuine selves. Trevor was authentically a coming-of-age story. The wild card was authentically a wild card. And the everyman authentically was themselves, an individual. They voted as an individual. They changed their mind when it felt right. They stuck with their guns when it also felt right. That is how it's supposed to be. But it's also not a perfect system. Like, in the sense that sometimes, like in this case with the red side versus the blue side, there were situations where, yes, the red candidate won, in a situation where maybe the group disagreed with the red candidate winning, or vice versa with the blue candidate. Or sometimes the blue candidate was more favorable to the red side and vice versa. So it's just like that can happen. It's just, I was talking about earlier with the red shift, blue shift thing. It's just like, I don't think of it as sides. It's a spectrum. It's red on one end and a spectrum. But none of us are truly here. We just, when it comes to politics, talk about here. We all coalesce in this broad, like, foggy center, and then towards the edges where it becomes more red and more blue and more left and more right and more conservative and more more liberal, then you start to have that pole shift where you start to pull people in those directions. But it's in those moments that it happens. It's not every topic is these things. It is these polarizing topics, and then there's the humanity in between. If we can somehow accommodate for red shift and blue shift, and understand that the Overton window will shift, and understand that people are trying to do things like control their speech mid-sentence. They're trying to pass tests in their head, like a Bechdel test. If you're going into a campaign and you're like, I'm going to pass the I'm conservative test, you're going to tick all the conservative answer boxes on the test. So like when I was in the Air Force, I recently had a discussion with my friend about the Air Force and like test taking and stuff like that, and we both mentioned, it kind of come up that they are a very good test taker, and I was in that moment. I didn't say it, but I also always felt like a good test taker. In the Air Force, it was easier because a lot of my sergeants and superiors and trainers and stuff like that said, when you're taking a test that's given by the Air Force, start with the Air Force answer. And that works. Like, you start with the Air Force answer, and then you find the second best, and you rule out the other two. You basically look for a gotcha, and then rule out the other two. So you basically immediately bring it down to 50-50. Like when Brennan went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like, that's how Who Wants to Be a Millionaire works. The 50-50 thing isn't really a necessary option. If you can get it to 50-50 yourself by using your intuition and your accrued knowledge, because like, yes, people like Brennan Lee Mulligan and people like Matt Mercer and people like Bray Igar can hold vast quantities of information and keep it connected in a cohesive story. Not everybody can do that in that way. Everybody can do their thing, sure. Like, if you're good at something, then, and like, everybody on this planet is better than me at something. It's just a fact. Every single person on this planet is better than me at something. Every single creature, every single being is better than me at something. That's just a fact. But I would hazard to say that in the majority of cases, when I need to be my best, I will be my best. And when I need to compete, if I need to compete, which I rarely do, I am a competitor. I'm not competitive, but I will compete. Like, I know Brennan is pretty competitive. If I ever get the chance to go on Game Changer, I would do everything in my power to make him earn it. Because one, for me, there really is only one reason for that. Because it's fun. Like, what part of that show would be more fun if I gave less effort? None of it. Like, if you're playing for a bit, I get it, totally. If you're trying to make a joke happen, I get it. Oh, there she goes. She's having so much fun just running around. Oh, sorry. Camera freaked out for a second. Can you see me? All right, come on. Let's go, camera. There we go. It's trying. There we go. Okay. Jessi came in here like a bat out of hell and freaked out Osmo here. Jessi, be nice to Osmo. He's trying. But no, I lost train of thought. I'll get back to it. I had a conversation earlier with my mom and my brother, and I asked them to if they watch any videos, which I know they're both busy, so I totally understand if they don't. But if they watch one of my videos and they notice any loose ends I forgot to tie up, they're gonna help me kind of fill in those gaps as I go. Because there's gonna be tangents that I forget to clear up in the video for whatever reason. But I plan on getting back to them. It might not be in that video or the next video, but it might be in its own standalone video. I don't know. This is kind of figuring out as I go. But it is afternoon officially. It's about to be 1, 2, 3, 4 on my watch, so it feels like about time to do some yard work. I am wearing my Achievement Hunter shirt again, just because it's really a comfortable kind of flannel style shirt, and I like how the darker tone with the jeans and all stuff and the sunglasses. I just like the look. But I am going to have to. I get warm when I do yard work, so I'm gonna have to. This is gonna come off too eventually, but I'm going to cut this off, and I'm not gonna be essentially. I'm wearing a tank top under this. I'm not gonna be essentially. I'm not comfortable yet being that visible on camera. Like the sleeves and stuff like that help me feel less seen. Same with the sunglasses. I don't often wear sunglasses out here just because I'm used to this area. The sun doesn't really tax my eyes anymore. I'm used to it here. Plus, I'm in this awesome clearing where the trees kind of create like a natural bowl where the sun creeps over at a more gradual pace than some places. So it gives me more time to acclimate to it. But if anybody out there needs to hear it, I'm sure Jessi would tell you wherever she is. Jessi! Where'd you go? Punk. There she goes. Oh, she tackled me. Oh, what the heck? Alright, well, she and I have yard work to do. I'm gonna start raking this yard, let her play with her bubbas, her friends. She's a shadow pup, like I said. She's got a sun dog who wants to come out and hang out in the sun. So I'm gonna let some dogs out and play in the yard. Not the yard over here, but the pens where we have the fence, so that they can play in private and safe and not have to worry about like ticks and stuff like that. Luckily, this yard right here is pretty dead at the moment. I'm gonna clear it up, and hopefully by the time it starts to recover, it'll be nice and green soon. But she and I do love, when I bring her inside, I don't want anybody to worry. I do her little tick checks. I call them passenger checks just because I like using distinctive words for her. She tends to get what I'm saying when I use like very distinctive words like passenger. So I'll pull her down. Hey Jessi, come here. Come here. Want to do a passenger check, Jessi? Jessi, we gotta do a passenger check, baby girl. Well, maybe not right now. She's rolling around on the leaves right now. What I do is I just do a full, like, armpits, chest, neck, all that stuff. Especially hot spots around the ears and neck. Because you know how dogs move, they move low, but they move with their head. And so, like, they kind of lead with their head. And so the ticks are gonna come, they're gonna start around their ears and neck area first. So that's like the main hot spots to check. But ticks like body heat. And so you need to check like armpits, groin, and like back of knees and stuff like that kind of thing. Just a little kind of like actually end it with something useful, practical kind of thing. Otherwise, into this, don't forget, you are all loved, whether or not, by me too, I do love you all. But you're loved by this planet, you're loved by this sky, you're loved by that tree, and Jessi! Jessi! Can you come here? You want a treat? Jessi dog, you want a treat? You want a treat, Jessi? Come here. Come here. I'll give you a treat. You are loved by this dog. She loves you so much. I hope you guys have a good night. Well, not good night. A good little break between videos. I will be posting videos probably throughout the day. Maybe one or two, maybe a whole bunch. I don't know. I hope you all have a great day if I don't talk to you today again. But, yeah. Love you. Bye.